Sophia never imagined that a simple internship in Seoul would turn her world upside down. Ambitious, intelligent, and effortlessly captivating, she had earned a coveted spot at Korea's top conglomerate, JY Group. But what she hadn't planned for was catching the attention of not one but two of the most powerful men in South Korea, Joo-yoon and Eun-woo. The first time Sophia stepped into JY Group's headquarters, the air itself felt charged. The grand office was all glass, steel, and quiet power, a reflection of the men who ruled it. As she was led into the CEO's office, her fingers gripped the strap of her bag a little tighter. She had heard the rumors about Joo-yoon, calculating, ruthless, untouchable. But nothing prepared her for the sheer force of his presence. He sat behind his desk, sharp dark eyes assessing her as if she were an equation to be solved. "Miss Sophia." His voice was deep, measured. "You're the intern everyone keeps talking about." She met his gaze, refusing to shrink under his scrutiny. "I hope they're saying good things, sir." His lips quirked slightly. "That depends. Are you as good as they say?" Before she could respond, the door swung open, and another man strolled in with effortless confidence. Eun-woo. Unlike Joo-yoon's cold precision, Eun-woo radiated easy charm. His smile was almost lazy, but there was sharpness in his eyes that hinted at something deeper. "Young," he greeted Joo-yoon, barely sparing him a glance before turning his attention to Sophia. "And you must be the new intern. Quite the talk of the company already." Sophia arched a brow. "Am I supposed to be flattered or worried?" Eun-woo chuckled. "Both." Joo-yoon's jaw tensed. "Eun-woo, if you have business here." "I do. I came to see for myself." Eun-woo's gaze flickered over Sophia, assessing, intrigued. "And now that I have, I must say, impressive." Sophia felt the weight of their attention, the crackling tension between the two men. It wasn't just rivalry, it was something deeper, something she didn't fully understand yet. That night, she couldn't shake the way they looked at her. Joo-yoon's piercing gaze, as if daring her to prove herself. Eun-woo's smirk, as if he already knew she would. They were nothing alike, yet both made her heart race in different ways. And she wasn't the only one affected. Joo-yoon found himself thinking about her more than he should. She was a distraction, a challenge, one he wasn't sure he wanted but couldn't ignore. His control was absolute. Yet, with her, cracks threatened to form. Eun-woo, on the other hand, relished the game. He saw the way Joo-yoon tried to keep his distance, and it only made him want her more. Sophia was intriguing, unpredictable. He wanted to see how far she could go, how much she could handle. The plan began subtly. A brush of fingers when passing a document. A lingering glance across the conference room. A whispered conversation that made her shiver. Eun-woo was bold, teasing her with flirtation. Joo-yoon resisted, fought against the pull, but every interaction left him on edge. Then came the moment that shattered his restraint. Late one evening, Sophia had stayed behind to finish a report. Joo-yoon found her in the office, exhaustion lining her features. He meant to simply acknowledge her, to walk away. But then she looked up, and something in her eyes, determination, softness, challenge, broke something inside him. He closed the distance in 2 strides. "You work too hard." She smiled. "So do you." His hand lifted, hesitant at first, then sure as he brushed a stray curl from her face. "This is dangerous." Sophia's breath hitched. Then stopped. He didn't. The first kiss was slow, testing, yet electrifying. When she kissed him back, heat surged between them, consuming, undeniable. For the first time in his life, Juyun let go. And it was only the beginning. Unwoo was not blind to what was happening. He had seen the shift in Juyun, the way his usual cold detachment had started to melt in Sophia's presence. It only made him want her more. One evening, when Sophia was leaving the office, Unwoo was waiting for her near the entrance. His eyes danced with mischief as he leaned against his car. Going home alone again. What a shame. Sophia tilted her head. What do you want, Unwoo? He smirked, stepping closer. I want to know what's so special about you. Why even someone like Juyun is acting out of character. Maybe you should figure that out for yourself, she teased, brushing past him. He caught her wrist, gently but firmly, making her turn back. His voice dropped, husky. I intend to. Sophia's heart pounded as he lifted her hand to his lips, pressing a slow, deliberate kiss to her knuckles. His eyes never left hers, filled with unspoken promise. Be careful, Sophia. I don't like to lose. Neither did Juyun. And neither did she. The battle between them escalated. Juyun, despite his attempts at control, began claiming her in subtle ways, a hand on her lower back, an intense stare that made her breath hitch, an unmistakable possessiveness. Unwoo countered with boldness, cornering her in empty hallways, making her blush with whispered words. Then the stakes rose higher. One evening, Juyun invited her to a private dinner. The tension was thick as he leaned in, his voice a whisper against her skin. Stay away from Unwoo. Sophia met his gaze, fire burning in hers. Why? His fingers traced her jaw, his lips so close she could barely breathe. Because I don't like sharing. The moment shattered when the doors burst open. Unwoo. He took in the scene, a slow smirk forming. Young, you should know by now, you can't have everything to yourself. Juyun's eyes darkened. Sophia stood between them, caught in the storm. Who says I belong to either of you? She challenged. Both men went silent. Then, almost simultaneously, they smiled. The game had only just begun.